Welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdarchy Steve, and again, I am joined for Those Bastards, a live play D&D game by Dungeon Master Megan R. Miller. Nerdarchist Ted, of course, you know who he is, probably. We have another author and staff writer in the house, Stephen Partridge. And then Nerditor Doug as well makes the website go and so much other things as well. With that, I'm just going to throw it to Megan and we can get started. And once they turn on the world.
Salutations, nerds. I am, as said, author Megan R. Miller. Books available on Amazon.com. Links in the description below. And I will be your dungeon master this evening. Tonight, our favorite dysfunctional family is assembled in the Temple of Glass to fetch the sword Xiphos, which is currently forming between them. And I have sent them stats for the aforementioned sword before the game started. Now, before I turn the world on, I'm going to roll this d4. And whoever it lands on is going to kick us off per usual with their previously on, and today that is Doug.
All right, I'm Nerder Doug. I'm playing Prince Vent, Fire Genasi, Storm Herald Barbarian, and the most memorable things from last session that I remember was turning a mugging into a chance to instill some civic pride in some Earth Elemental toughs who now have accompanied us begrudgingly and may very well run or betray us, but at least they'll see that we tried to make a difference and maybe they'll turn the corner. And that was mostly what I remember from last time. And that's it. I'm going to turn it over to the next person.
Which would be Dave, and you're going to have to forgive me because I keep losing my microphone and my hair today.
No! Medusa in the house. Yeah, so, most importantly from last session, we leveled up. We're level 5. Woo! 2 attacks for some of us. I think it was also...
We're level 6.
Oh, level 6. Dang that! I lost a level.
You were outpacing me that much last time, and you didn't even know you had extra attack, man.
Yeah, I didn't even know. No, we gained another level, which is always cool. It is, one of the coolest parts about the game, amongst other things. But yeah, so we're about to figure out what this thing does, and we got the Sword of Xiphos, so we did get the stats, and now we have to figure out who is going to wield it. I'm lobbying for Sheldon, of course, but I'm playing Unga, who is a Ranger Beastmaster, and Sheldon is my boon companion. With that, I know I'm just babbling now because I forget what happened last time, so I'm just going to turn it over to whoever's next.
Which would be Ted.
How you doing, everyone? I am playing Galeson Trisrel, the half-elf shadow sorcerer, and we traveled. After we, had this interaction with the thugs that tried to, mug Unga and Sheldon. We traveled out to the temple and, had a little kerfuffle there. A nice little fight. Galeson, disappeared at some point in time, picked up something, and who knows what that might be. Besides our illustrious GM and maybe some of our more intellectual players. But, we waited at the right time. The light shone and the sword appeared before us. And now it's just a matter of seeing, exactly what this is, whether or not, all being in the same place, whether our other siblings now have access to this glowing light power that we previously acquired, or whether this power itself has increased as well. There are lots of things to try and figure out before we go off and go fight a dragon.
And finally, Steven.
So while we were in the temple with the beam of light and the stars and everything, Prudence and Myth went up to look at the constellation carvings and found that one of these glass windows was missing, and it seemed to resemble the lens that we had given to our friend in Canopy, and who Rainbow is currently staying with and is also kind of spying on for us. And so Prudence is thinking that this dude knows way more than he's letting on, and that he's somehow much more connected with this. and we did fight a giant, terrifying monster, and somehow managed to make it out alive. And as I recall, we're still at the temple.
That's right, you are indeed still at the temple.
It was a space turkey. I had that. I've written so big I forgot to flip the page when I was going.
What if that was actually an 8th sibling?
The space turkey?
Yeah.
Then the sword wouldn't have formed, as we can see right here before us. Which one of us is closest to like the handle of it? Arrayed around it.
Let's see. I'm going to say Unga because I'm like imagining that this thing started forming like in order of like when you guys were born. So it would have gone like Galason, Louvel, Prudence, Smith, Vent, Unga, and Sheldon. And Unga and Sheldon are like probably right next to each other. So like he's standing near the hill.
Sheldon's the oldest one?
No, Sheldon's the youngest one.
Oh, the youngest one. Oh, I was like, wow.
I have to assume. I mean, like aside from Unga, like I have them both listed as 18.
So it's fair to say Sheldon might be close to the handle as well.
When you hand a crab a knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at him and be like, you know what to do.
I thought it was going to be bigger.
He pinches.
He grabs it.
Yeah, pinch. And it just kind of like tilts down and like hits the sand.
I'm gonna like kneel before him. Be like,
what are you doing, Vent? You're like a prince and stuff, and he's
but he's wielding like this. Hey, I didn't prepare anything for this. I'm just winging it here, same as everybody else.
Sheldon, what are you doing? I didn't teach you to wield a sword like that. Pick it up.
Did you actually teach him to wield a sword?
Well, we've given him knives and swords before.
I mean, like, you've handed him knives before, and knives are significantly lighter than a short sword.
You're gonna dull the blade like that.
So does anyone feel any different?
I don't know. Do we feel
Pretty excited.
Yet?
I mean, like, Louvel and Myth both mentioned that since you walked into that room with the light, they've both been feeling kind of weird, but, like, you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good weird, right?
I guess.
I mean,
Says Myth.
I just kind of like point, gesture to the sword. I mean, like, seems pretty good to me. Seems to me that if we needed some sort of edge to drive off that dragon plaguing these lands, which have caused strife for all of us, from Sir Louvel down to Sheldon.
Maybe 2 claws, buddy. Maybe 2 claws.
What kind of sword is that?
Short sword.
It's clearly
Short
the sword of Xiphos.
I know the name. I was just curious about the make. Spoiler, I was trying to roleplay me, Doug, not knowing that that was a kind of sword, too. I was like, I thought it was just some cool name that Megan made up.
No.
Quite ironically, the evening after the sword shows up, the sword of Xiphos, or the Xiphos sword, was actually, the sword on Force and Fire. So it was quite amusing.
Love that show.
You mean it was like Destiny?
Indeed.
Are those beams still shooting up into the sky, or are they also did they all coalesce now and it's not happening anymore?
So there was like just the one beam that had been shooting into the sky, but now that the sword has formed, it has stopped doing that. So the temple is quiet once more.
Is it like too quiet? I'm gonna say after a moment of reverence.
So
Almost seems like it.
So what do we do now?
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong, siblings. That the appearance of the sword is interesting, but I expected a little bit more fanfare, a little bit more pizzazz.
I expected a bigger sword. Didn't we hear it was going to be? It's a big sword that the demon wields.
Well,
I mean, it's a demon sword. It's likely that it might be able to change shape. I mean, it was up in the sky, not a few decades before this. It had to be pretty big to see it from down here.
Sheldon, if you're just going to drag it around like that, just give it the Prudence already.
well, I mean,
Have you
doesn't-
cast Speak with Animals, Dave?
You know what? I am casting Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like complaining about how heavy it is, but if you instruct him to hand it to Prudence, he will do so.
She takes it. It does feel very mundane given what we went through to get this. It makes me wonder why it was hidden in the first place.
Maybe we were the swords all along.
If
We
we were the
feel-
sword,
What's
why
that?
are we not still?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we still are. I don't know.
One thing's for sure. There's at least one person that is probably spying on us right now and knows we have this.
Yes. Or
regardless of-
two.
Hey, DM,
Yes.
when Vent was looking through the telescope to see Louvel all the time, was was there sound, or was it just like you could just literally see?
It was just visuals.
All right. So, in light of that, then I'd say like if Alec is looking at us right now, he can't hear us, but he would know we have the sword. I
He
don't know what
would.
that means. You guys seem pretty suspicious of him. I mean, he seemed like he was on the up and up to me, but nevertheless, for good or ill,
I'm not all that worried about it. What's he gonna do with the sword? Did you see those bird arms?
that's true. He probably couldn't even lift it.
Well,
I wonder if he's been here.
Why'd you say that? We don't know that you didn't show us that, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right.
Because I find it strange that the lens that we acquired from a different ruin was moved to that ruin. And given the ease with which we obtained it, it seems fairly plausible to me that he might have planted it there to test us.
You thought it was easy? We almost died.
But if
Ease
we
is
were
a
the kind
relative
of people
term.
that would have died, we wouldn't have been useful to whatever ends the test would have.
I mean,
That's
had you not shown up and like kicked holes in the wall, like we're gonna drown in sand. I feel like.
I can hold my breath for a long time.
Well, regardless of what this lens is and whatever else is out there, we still have a mission to take care of. There is that dragon and whatever prisoners might be left within the mountain.
Yeah, I did not like that.
I cast a sidelong glance at Louvel as I say this.
And they're sort of uncomfortably shifting about that because they weren't too fond of leaving people behind either.
Well, I mean, then yeah, that seems like fairly reasonable to me. Hey, let me ask you. As our knight of the group, Louvel, have you had any interactions with folks from Canopy? Do you know a man named Alec by chance?
No, we went around. A couple of the Dragonborn split off from the group as we were on our way through. They took a locket from me. I knew that was one of the things that they were going to sell off when they went to the city.
Okay. I was just curious if he
What
was nesting any plans that we weren't aware of. Get it?
What was that, Ted?
What was this locket?
Oh, it it was just a chunk of metal. Just it had my first initial on it. It only had really sentimental value. It had the constellation.
Take it off.
Oh. Where did you find this? And they take it and sort of like hold it by the chain.
It was sold to someone within the city, and as this constellation, as this symbol has been known to us, and become important, I asked the shopkeep to keep an eye out, and if anything interesting were to show up, to let me know.
They kind of eye it for a minute as it's hanging there before offering it back to you and being like, I think you should hang on to this.
But it is yours.
Well, it's yours now.
If you no longer wish it, then I will gladly take it back.
Totally thought that was our dad's.
No, I remember the day that we had that made.
We who?
Oh, just Grace and I.
So what made you choose that constellation?
Well, I mean, and they sort of, I don't actually remember where Louvelle's birthmark was.
Fair enough.
But they will, proceed to flash it and be like, well, obvious reasons.
Well, not everyone wishes to showcase that particular oddity, and if you had known about it when we pointed it out, perhaps that could have been that much more of a conversation.
Okay, I missed that last word. I have now turned my sound up.
Gleason said that had you, had the constellation meant that much to you, then perhaps that would have been more of a conversation to have when we first met them.
I mean, I suppose, but I had my life, I had things that I was doing at the time, like...
I'm not trying to put salt in old wounds. Far from it. I am merely just saying what could have. But that is, not to be dealt with now. I think we should head back to the city, claim our lumbering giants and whatever supplies we need, and we make for the mountain.
No, I feel pretty juiced up with this sword. What do you get? What do you think? Should we go all the way back?
Well, that's where the ogres are, and
True.
I think you planned on bringing them.
Yeah.
Prudence,
Hey.
why do you think Alex set us up?
I'm not entirely sure if he did. There's
Unless he
definitely
was
more to him.
testing us.
What if?
Think
I mean,
about
he did
it.
seem pretty fond of our dad. What if he thought maybe if we got this, then Calden would come looking for it? 'Cause
Or
nobody seems to know where he's at.
maybe Alec is not all that he appears to be.
Maybe.
I mean, illusion magic is fairly easy to accomplish.
Wait a minute.
I think that
Are
Alec
you
is a
saying,
cat.
what if he is our dad?
What if Alec is the demon?
That was
Whoa,
more my
whoa.
thought process.
Unga. You think?
I don't.
Think about it. You showed up incredibly eager about this destiny, and I mean, you were all too ready to lead us onward. Now, obviously, none of us complain, but it seems as though maybe we have played exactly into someone's hands.
But we've got a
And-
spy of our own, right? Unga?
We've got to get back there because Rainbow is with the demon.
Indeed. And I kind of would like to subtly shoot Myth a knowing glance.
She's like shaking her head at you.
I'm pretty decent at reading people, and I very, very much doubt that Alec is anything more than a simple sage.
But if he was a powerful demon lord, who knows what kind of trickery he could...
Why would they
Trick.
not just slain us upon first meeting?
For what it's
I-
worth, I don't think he's the demon either.
I wonder if he made a pact
like-
with the demon.
Who said that, Lavelle?
Myth.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like what Myth is saying. I'm leaning
What if-
towards Myth.
What if the demon needed someone else to get the sword for them?
Ooh. Now Unga's making good points. This is tough.
Well,
Hey, well, I think there's one clear thing. Whether Alec is a demon lord, a lonely heart, or just some crazy astrologist mixed up in this destiny nonsense, there definitely is a cruel dragon not far, and we have a powerful weapon in our possession. So if somebody's coming to get it or not, I'd like to put it to some use before then.
Down below, we fought the vulture creature. It's like a
Space
bird.
turkey?
And space turkey. And Alec is also like a bird.
Mm.
You make another compelling point.
I mean, by that logic, Prudence is like a bird.
along the same lines, so is Rainbow. I
Yeah,
doubt
but Jackie,
Rainbow is a problem.
You think Rainbow's a demon? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, far from it.
This
We
goes
have any
way
way to
deeper than we
contact
all
Rainbow?
figured.
Rainbow is our inside bird. I mean, do we have any way of getting in contact with them?
No.
How far can you cast your mind to it from here, Unga?
My mind's not a fishing pole. I just talked to
Hey,
them.
I don't know. You can do some impressive things.
Yeah, but only when they're right here.
What do I know?
Hmm. So I totally just looked up. I can't use a short sword.
Oh. Well, I mean, I can if nobody else wants it.
No, I said I can.
Yeah,
Oh, you
Prudence
can?
can. It's a
Yeah.
monk weapon. It's
Oh, I
a
thought you
monk
said
Yeah,
you can.
I
was
didn't.
like, okay.
I wasn't thinking it was a monk weapon, but it is.
Oh.
So, can I take a minute to attune to it, GM?
You can take an hour to attune to it, yeah.
Oh, it takes an hour? I thought it took a minute. Oops.
No, we're just. I mean, I think it's like.
I know things.
If I'm not mistaken, the light that we would have been in the morning.
Yep.
So it's not like late in the
Nope.
day or anything. So I mean,
You've got time.
You got time.
hey, I
Wait.
can. Ben will be happy to like show you some moves. You know, because he fights with the short sword.
Okay.
He holds it like this though.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
ice pick grip.
Yeah.
So you can-
Yeah, and then Prudence grabs it. She's like,
yeah. Yeah, I totally picture that. Yeah, because he's just more like, oh, you gotta like just stab in with
really
it.
lean into it. Use all your weight.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah. Yeah, that's going in the notes for sure. That's the important stuff that you need to remember in your D&D notes.
Perfect. All right, so
You are a skilled teacher, Vent.
Well, yeah, I've been using a short sword for quite some time. Yeah, you seem like, if you keep practicing, you'll probably be pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure. I like purposely fumble a couple times just so that he thinks he's teaching me.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
adorable.
Yeah, hold it like that. Yeah, you got it.
you got to get a running jump. Those wings will come in really handy.
Yeah.
So while this teaching session is going on, Sin kind of like just slinks off again, and I can make a stealth check if anybody's actually trying to watch me.
I've probably just been absorbed, like, help, working with Prudence.
Go ahead and make that check.
It's going to be a 17.
Okay. But carry on. Galason sneaks away.
Can I follow him?
If you make a perception check that's higher than a 17.
My passive is an 18.
Oh,
You're busy sword fighting.
you are busy sword fighting.
Oh, he's doing it now. I thought he meant he was doing it at a different moment.
Nope. While you're off gallivanting.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not following then.
Gallivanting. You hear that?
Actually, you deserve to make a perception check as well, Galason.
Sure. I'm not as good at this side of it.
It's all shadowy and
It's
slinky.
going to be a 16.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely see Myth follow you down there.
So Unga's watching them, practice, and it's kind of like gabbing at them while they practice. So Alec might be a demon lord, and he's with Rainbow, but we're gonna go kill the dragon first. And I'm not really sure that we can kill the dragon. I mean, I was expecting a much bigger sword. It looks good, and the way Prudence wields it, it's impressive. But I don't think you can chop off a dragon head with that.
I don't know.
Maybe one of the claws.
After about an hour of practice, Prudence could tell us exactly what she could do.
Can you make it grow to chop off the dragon's head?
I do not know. Can I try to see if it can manipulate or change like a warlock weapon at all?
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea how this would happen.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. Okay, so I imagine you're like, how are you going about this? Like, what are you trying?
So I am picturing that. I mean, I grew up with magic. I have magic, so I'm attuning to this thing. So I'm gonna try to hold it, and I would like to visualize. Which is not the accurate word, but like visualize, but for my sense of touch, having a quarterstaff in my hands
Okay.
that resembles the hilts of the sword's feel.
Okay. So you're visualizing this, and it like pulls on the feeling of the star that you're carrying with you, and the rest of you will also feel that. So like if anybody in the vicinity wants to stop this from happening, you are capable of doing so, but if everybody's cool with it, then yeah, I'll allow it.
Sheldon makes it form into a claw.
Oh my god! Yeah, he's the dissenting vote. It's like, I'm trying. It's almost there. There's just like one of us could.
Contest of wills
You see it, like,
announces giant
scuttling
crab.
away. Bubbling furiously.
Wisdom save for a giant crab.
Yeah, he's greedy. Feels the pull of power.
Power.
Can betray us.
His eyes go dark.
Yeah, like,
Dark and beady, and now we know what's been going on with Unga this whole time.
Aren't crab eyes already black?
Yes.
that's how dark they get, man. That's how much powerful it is. Even those look darker.
Wow, Sheldon has a pretty decent stealth score.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that sideways movement. It's like, oh, you don't notice it. Like,
But no, his wisdom save is at 3, so I think you're good.
Okay. So I guess it turns into a quarterstaff?
I guess it turns into a quarterstaff. It's still got like because the sword had the constellation on the blade. Now it's like etched along the side of the staff.
Oh no, that's even worse. You can definitely not chop off a dragon's head.
no, that's good. Look, that's how we're gonna be. Look how powerful that thing is. Prudence just willed it to change with her mind.
Can I
That's how you
try
beat a dragon, brother.
Can I try to like swirl it around, like flourish it so that it's like you know how when it whistles because it's like swirling so quick? I just want to do something like that to try to impress Ungo with it.
Do
and
it.
its sharpness. I don't know
Make
what I
a
roll for that.
performance check.
Performance. I'm trained in these.
I know you are.
Yes.
Prudence is a dancer, is she not?
Uh-huh. I got an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Oh, it looks very
Sir Lavelle, you're a knight.
Yeah.
Dragonworthy?
Dragonworthy.
Yeah. Come on.
Like, and they just say
They're
that with
knight.
like the most reverence.
They're a knight. If anybody would know about fighting dragons among us.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Would not make it all in this armor. Absolutely not.
We got potions and stuff.
Galason, what are you doing?
So I kind of, hear the sand or the stones shuffle behind me, and I turn back and look at Myth. Did you need something?
Well, you were sneaking off on your own and making a very valiant effort to be quiet. I know a thing or two about sneaking off on your own, brother.
Fair point. There's been a lot on my mind, and I did not wish to trouble everyone else with it, especially while our siblings were celebrating the sword. Or I had a strange feeling. I don't even think it's a sword anymore.
You know, it's weird. I had the same thing dawn on me a moment ago, but that's neither here nor there. Are you okay?
I will be.
I gotta tell you, if you're hearing whispers or anything, it's generally not worth it to follow them.
No, it is not a voice that I am following.
What is it then?
Don't believe now is the time. There are things that we must focus on and not burden everyone with other things that are inconsequential.
Yeah, see, the thing about that, though, is that I'm not really doing a whole lot to pull my weight here, so if you were gonna tell anybody, I'm probably the person that's gonna be the least distracted by it, but if you really don't want to talk about it, I can leave you be.
You've been to this temple before today?
No.
Well, should you ever decide that you are uncertain as to your path, your future, in another direction, there was a corridor that had mirrors that showed different things, and one of them has taken root in my mind.
Ah, so it is personal stuff.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to pry into what specifically that is, but you probably shouldn't go down there by yourself. Just let me watch your back and I won't peek into what you're doing, okay?
That is fine.
Okay. And she does. She'll, like, just go down there with you and, like, keep her back turned while you're doing whatever it is you're doing down there.
So, primarily, like, he went off in a different direction, and the piece of mirror that he took the end of last session, he just wants to sit and watch.
Okay.
So whether, Myth gets weirded out at this, almost crescent moon-shaped shard of glass, the biggest piece that Sin was able to find that was the right mirror, he just kind of watches like it's a moving picture or something.
No, she doesn't even, like, walk into the room where you're doing this. She's just kind of standing at the door and making sure nothing goes in to bother you. Like, she's respecting your privacy.
Awesome.
So, I don't know how long you sit there, but eventually the two of you come back.
Where did we leave Slate and Micah?
So I have it in my head that they've been sitting on the stairs playing rock, paper, scissors, like, this entire time.
Sure.
Like,
Even
Do
while,
they
yeah,
always-
sure.
Do they always choose rock?
every time.
Eventually, you're gonna pick something else.
Yeah. Rack smash? Does a rack smash rack?
You should know I am very hard-headed. I will not.
Oh my god.
So Prudence would like to approach Unga at some point while they're in here.
Approach away.
Brother, last time we were here, you were very off-put. And now, how are you doing? And she sort of sits down beside you and folds her hands on her knees.
Oh, good. I just don't look in the bad mirrors.
I can empathize with that. I saw something I hope never to be. But there were happy things in there too, and interesting things.
Yeah. I did see the one mirror where there were so many siblings. We had the biggest family ever.
Mm-hmm.
There was even more Sheldons, except for they weren't crabs.
Oh. What were they?
There was dogs and cats and squirrels. The
Oh
squirrels
my.
was really caught me off guard, but you know.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. So we're gonna really go fight a dragon?
I think so. I mean, I'm not sure I necessarily like the idea, but I'm not sure what we would do instead because we left people down there and we did not actually stop what was happening. We merely rescued those who are currently in danger. I feel rather mixed on the whole thing.
Me too. But you can tell he definitely means for a different reason.
Right.
Unga does not require a lot of insight checks.
Yeah.
He's inscrutable.
What about I don't know. What about Alec? You really think there's more to Alec? Like
I
he
do.
seemed like a really weak bird person with flimsy arms. What do you think he's trying to do?
I do not know, and that's what concerns me most. But
Do you think he summoned that space turkey demon?
I doubt it, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, I suppose.
Do you think he's watching us right now?
Probably.
I kind of like look up and around.
Hmm. I'm curious as to what you saw in those mirrors. You were affected more than the rest of us.
Yeah, definitely like a dark shadow passes over Unga's face when you say that. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. Well, and she kind of lays her hand on your hand. I want you to know that you can talk if you need to.
And like Sheldon like settles up on the other side of Unga and grabs his other hand, but instead of being gently, just like pinches really hard and like waves his other claw at Unga. And so I turn to Sheldon. No, we're not going to talk about that. And kind of growls at him. And it's probably the first time you've ever seen Unga kind of be like aggressive towards Sheldon.
Uh,
And they get into a little bit of a shoving match.
oh my.
My heart. Just brother things.
Well, just know that anything left to fester is unhealthy. And if nothing, I am the closest thing we have to a healer. And she'll just kind of like squeeze your hand and then go off to do something else.
I imagine Sin kind of walks back in the room as, Sheldon and Unga are just shoving each other back and forth. And
Myth grabs a patch of wall and pretends like she's been there the whole time.
kind of mirrored going the other direction that, Sin would do the same, basically.
And so the scuffling kind of ends with, we'll talk about it later, after the dragon.
After the dragon, the fellow said, like, just raising a hand as if there were a glass in it, but there's no glass in it.
So does that
And
mean
I'll like just overhear him and I'll like pick it up like a rallying cry and say, after the dragon. After the dragon. Right?
so does that mean we're ready to go?
No, but
Yeah.
okay.
And then under Unga's breath, and if we're dead, it won't matter.
Bent looks a little deflated.
Myth finally says after the dragon.
Thanks, Myth.
Oh, were we supposed to peep that.
Yeah, I was trying something. I
Hmm.
was workshopping it.
I feel like with Myth, like her under the breath after the dragon was morons.
Yeah, but you're all going with me. So who's really the moron?
Mm.
The one leading everybody, or the people following?
There's plenty of moron to go around.
Yeah, sure.
That's fair.
They're more ons.
And that's why we need lessons.
We do.
That was good.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
I mean, it's better to be a moron than a more off.
All right. All right. All right.
Somebody end this.
Scene.
A plus dad jokes.
So you're fighting the dragon.
Oh,
You're all healed up.
are we going to the dragon first, or are you guys going back to Canopy? Like, what?
That's my vote. I don't want to,
We need to go to Luster and pick up, brute number 1 and brute number 2. Number 1 to get them out of the city, and number 2 to have them help fight the dragon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna put up.
All right. So you guys go back to the city. You find your ogres like in full uniform, like standing at the city gate, and they're like just like standing with their backs straight, and these like they have flagpoles that they've got used as makeshift spears, and every once in a while one of them like does something really undignified, like scratch his butt, but like for the most part they're trying.
With the spear?
Yeah, absolutely.
So did we ever get names on brute number 1 and brute number 2?
No.
You're a terrible boss. You don't even know your employees' names.
Nope.
I don't think they know their names, if I'm being honest.
How many of those fire resistance potions did we have?
6.
See, I cared not at all about that, so I didn't write it down.
Initially,
We have more people that need fire resistance than we have potions.
yes, we do.
Hey, we didn't have Louvel or Myth with us then. Is there any other fire resistant stuff in my mom's vault?
No, Myth is already fire resistant,
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
that's right. But so
What about something for Lavelle?
Oh yeah, Louvel could totally get like fire resistant armor while you're here.
I'm picturing them with sort of like shabby armor that was nice, but they haven't had time to like keep it up for a long time.
Oh
But
yeah,
that-
absolutely. So like you guys go back into that armory and they come out with like red plate that's like
Yeah.
not as grubby.
that's a knight.
Now we have just enough potions of fire resistance.
And one that looks quite more in service to a man of your stature, as it were.
Can we?
Does
Is there,
Lavelle seem to be-
is there like barding for Shelton? That's that. Never mind.
is Lavelle holding?
Yeah, what do you got for crabs? That sounded terrible.
What was that, Ted?
Tiny crabs.
When Louvel emerges wearing the better armor and properly serving Vent, do they seem to be holding themselves a little bit more up?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
As since they got back, they seemed a little down. There was definitely a time they were a little drunk, but
Oh yeah.
even in the temple, it didn't seem that they were coming across as excited.
Yeah, it's like having a purpose sort of thing. Like, it's just one of those things that Louvel needs to function properly.
Night stuff.
They say the
Nice
clothes
stuff.
make the man. Or in this case, makes them
Makes the person.
the person.
The night, as it were. Alright, so, if you guys want to name these ogres, I'm totally fine with that. I can, make a note.
Brute 1 and 2.
Okay, Brute 1 and Brute 2 it is.
It's Broody and Brutus.
Cannon fodder.
Okay, but only if Broody is spelled like Tutti Fruity, but with a V.
Oh, man.
Broody.
Oh, yes.
Because he looks like he's brooding.
Yeah.
I like it.
Broody.
Broody and Broodus. Works.
Okay, that'll do.
Wow. This is quite a. Once they're all arrayed, I would admire the group. This is quite a collection. Look at this. 2 ogres, those toughs. I didn't even like you guys when we first saw you. I gotta admit, it was like first time I saw you, I just immediately didn't like you. But now look at you.
You know, that's okay. We didn't like you either.
Right? Here we are all together.
Now we get to go fight a dragon.
And they're like,
Fine
we
group.
still
I would
don't
not
like
want
you.
to face a dragon with any other group of entities in the multiverse.
Agreed.
I will whisper down to Venter.
After the dragon.
After the dragon.
After the dragon.
After the
Right on.
dragon.
I will whisper to Vent. You know, your mom seems pretty powerful. I wouldn't mind if she were along with us.
A queen can't.
Oh, but I'm well aware. But you know, you said you couldn't imagine another group.
Oh, I couldn't. This is everything I set out to do with my life is almost standing right here before me. So whatever comes in that, my destiny's kind of been fulfilled in a manner of speaking. So now it's just uncharted territory, everybody.
I think
we were on a strict course up till now, a plan that I had worked out years before. Now, who knows what's going to happen next?
We're going to slay a dragon.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely something's going to be slain.
Unka, that was not ominous at all.
He's not
Also
so sure
true-
about this dragon thing yet.
Prudence will definitely make a point to go say goodbye to
Isa.
Isa. Right. Why did I want to call her Lyra? I don't know.
That's a
Don't
good
pay attention to
question.
me. I don't know.
Litha is the little Arage Nasty, right? Is it Litha?
Apparently, I'm just making up names now.
There's a lot of names, man.
So yeah, she'll say goodbye, and she will also make a point of giving her. Hold on, what is it? Where's my trinket at? I had a trinket. I can't remember what my trinket was.
While he's looking that up, you know,
Who's giving out their trinkets now, sister?
It is this trinket.
I'd be like,
while we're spending time within Luster,
Mhm.
then we'll definitely check in with the stable, make sure that Midnight is well taken care of, and give him some attention.
Oh yeah, Midnight's doing just fine and seems pleased to see you. Also, before you guys leave, I just want to make a note that Litha does seek out Unga before you depart and gives him a shiny rock that she happened to have found in the dirt while she was playing, but thought it looked neat and that it'll be lucky. She's convinced, and she insists that you take it.
I will absolutely take it. Thank you. This is a very shiny rock.
Yeah, isn't it?
It is by far my favorite rock ever.
And she seems very proud of that.
And I will make a show of showing it to Sheldon.
Aw.
And he's still
Actually,
a jerk.
Luster.
So it's a silver ring that never tarnishes.
Cool. Yeah,
So-
she'll slip that on and hug you, and it's very touching.
Mhm.
and stuff.
Oh no, I full on make out session in the
Yeah.
middle of the bar.
Oh yeah, you get a couple people going woo, as you do.
Those guys.
And then as she leans out, she says, "Until after the dragon."
Until after the dragon, dork.
Silk sheets.
You really need to stop telling everybody that, Vince.
I gave her a bunch of gold to get silk sheets.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
If I was to happen to notice that Prudence's ring was missing, if that was a thing we even knew about, I would totally rib her about giving her trinkets away.
She would rib you back
Yeah.
about being a prince. You can buy more if you really wanted your own.
Your Majesty.
No, it's your grand majesty of the sacred flame, like just stringing it along.
Oh yeah, Myth will absolutely go in on you with that, and like just like keep on adding titles as you guys go across the desert, just to make this worse on him.
Yeah.
And just occasionally to break up the silence, someone adds of the grand such and such.
Well, we'll live a lot longer if the dragon allows us to present our names first.
Meanwhile, Sin is trying to teach the ogres how to play rock, paper, scissors with the earth elementals. For his sheer
Oh my god. The ogres are convinced that the only one that you ever throw down is rock because it's clearly the best one, or the earth elementals wouldn't keep using it.
All four of them playing together, and all they do is rock.
That was exactly Sin's plan. To just totally amuse them and not have them, rip us apart or, fight among themselves.
They're in good spirits.
All right. So eventually, you guys do make it back to the land bridge that leads into the mountain, and then there's still the river of miasma at the bottom of this chasm. So when you get there, there's an ogre standing on the bridge, kind of standing guard and waiting for you. And one of your ogres, probably Brutus, is gonna look at Bent and be like, should I charge him?
Do they see us, or do we
I don't know. Are you going careful, or are you just marching through the desert?
I don't think the party of 11
yeah
do anything stealthily.
Especially since you guys have two ogres with you. I can make stealth checks for them, but it's gonna be a bad time.
I mean, yeah.
I would have, mentioned to the rest of the party. Do you think there will be more kobold guards out there? I mean, there is 997 more of them in there.
Thought we determined there was still only about 50.
Did we?
Something like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm expecting heavy resistance.
So if we're approaching intending on a direct combat, can I preemptively prepare to do a thing?
Yes.
As soon as the thing starts moving forward, I want to use Mold Earth to make a 5-foot block in front of it so that it trips or smashes into it somehow.
I'm just gonna make a dex saving throw here for happens. Okay, so this ogre is gonna start moving forward. It's gonna trip over that stone block and fall right into the chasm.
Hey,
it's right.
Oh no, we need to get a rope on it first.
Oh, it's gonna spoil somebody's garden party.
Just
Nothing
know
we can
it.
do about that now.
You saw what we caught with the dragon boy. What could we caught with an ogre?
Oof. Salamanders, maybe? Fire elementals? That comes to my
So is there only the one on the bridge?
There was only one on the bridge, but there's 3 more on the switchback.
I noted. I was just scrolling around my equipment. I have a spyglass.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that to sort of look and see if there's any kobold hidey holes?
Absolutely can. Give me... roll your choice of perception or investigation. I don't actually care which.
I'm going to do investigation because I imagine he's trying to remember exactly where he's at.
Yeah, one of those looky skills.
16.
Yeah, actually, there are a couple kobold murder holes up there on the switchback as well.
I'm going to sort of quickly huddle up with Prudence, Unga, and Sin. How much do we care about the Brutus and Broody? I mean, they're cool guys, but they're here to this is a life and death situation. I was thinking we could sort of have them go first and use them as to take the brunt of those kobold attacks, and I'll point out what I had just learned.
You are in charge, dear brother.
Yeah, I just I didn't know how attached you were to them.
I'm not. I actually didn't expect them to stay beyond the length of the spell I cast.
They're not still under your magic?
No, they're only here by word. Like,
Oh,
I was just that convincing.
okay. Well, that's great. Unga, you okay with this plan? You don't feel bad for these guys, do you?
Well, I mean, it does feel a little dirty, you know.
Well, I mean, we're going to cross the bridge. It only makes tactical sense to have the big ones go first, right?
They were going to eat the cow and the horse and the people. And...
Yeah, and the people.
Well, that is true. The cow
So, yeah,
and the
okay.
horse. All right, let's do it. Let's send them
so
first.
Yeah, I'll just shoot around and be like, yeah. And just tell Broody and Brutus, like, yeah, let's just charge. Lead the way. You know this
Right.
area.
And they do. They like go right up onto that switchback, like tackle into the other ogres. Like there's definitely a fight going on, but you guys have now been given a clear path through and into the mountain.
Okay.
Hey, so far so good.
Yeah. And this way they fare a fairer chance of living than if being against a dragon.
True facts.
So did Broody and Brutus go down, or is it like, did they just carve a path for us and they're still fighting?
Oh, they're still fighting. Yeah,
Oh.
like they've just opened a path for you guys, and they're like still like just like punching birds out of the sky and like wrestling with the other ogres and like
So
seem to be doing a fairly good job.
can we kind of just like sidle past them, like the battle? Wow, okay.
Yeah, like just you can absolutely get past this part of what's going
Nice.
on. Allocating your resources. The Earth Elementals aren't going to be so lucky. They're significantly bigger than you are and are probably going to have to join this fight as well. But like you guys are able to get in, at least the smaller members of your party.
Right.
Okay.
So 11 down to 7.
You guys can do it. All right. Well, should we just go back to the, I mean, we knew where that, like, we thought there was just, like, people fighting to the death on the other side of the door. Should we just go there?
Do we?
There's probably also more animals in danger in here, too.
We could
Say loudly so Unga hears me.
stand guard and allow Prudence to call forth her animal again.
I could.
Yeah, that's been incredibly useful to us many times.
All right. So
We spied on Myth that one time.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No.
Actually, Prudence already admitted that to
Oh,
her, so
did
she's
she?
Oh
not
yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
So I imagine we form like a loose ring, because there's 6 of us around, Prudence, who just kind of sits, kneels or cross-legged or whatever is her preference.
Oh yeah, she looks like she's meditating, but when she draws a circle in the stone floor, and the stone sort of warps and crumbles and rises up to form a little bat that then flits off, and she opens her eyes, and you see her eyes are like really black now, and her ears just get a little wider, and her nose turns up just a little bit.
All right. So this bat, where you sending it? Like down the tunnel where the gladiatorial combat was?
I want to just scout the whole place up to where we've
Got the whole place.
known.
Okay. So, there are definitely a couple of ambushes set up at certain points. Like there's suspiciously no one down the tunnel where you found the people before, but down the tunnel where the gladiator stuff was going on, they have like set up, those things with like the spiked sticks that you put down so people can't like charge into them, and like, they've got a couple of those set up in the room where the cages were. They've got like a couple of ogres standing guard before the actual arena. Now inside where the arena was, there's still like chairs and stuff set up,
Mm-hmm.
but inside the actual arena itself that you guys haven't seen yet, there's this circle that's been set up and like lines drawn in the sand for like this casting thing, and at each of the 7 points in the circle there is a person like strapped down and a dragonborn standing over them with a sacrificial knife, and they all appear to be chanting.
Okay. So I'm going to do something really weird.
Okay.
I would like to have the bat land where the circle is, and just kind of roll around on it because it's just in the dirt, right?
It is just in the dirt, yeah.
I want the bat to just roll around like it's got rabies or something.
All right. So the bat does absolutely land and just start rolling around, and not long after, you kind of see one of the Dragonborn move. The dagger goes flying. There's a squeak sound, and you are cut off from the sensation of the bat rolling around in the dirt suddenly. But you have definitely slowed them.
I may have bought us some time, but not much. And I proceed to explain where the ambushes are laid out.
Well, yeah, I mean, so there's like people in imminent danger of being sacrificed?
Yes.
Yeah, let's that. Right?
So
I look around everybody like, yeah?
we need to deal with the ambushes, though, or else they will harm us, and
Sure.
then we will not be able to save anyone.
How many foes? How many foes between here and there?
So there's there is a cluster of like 5 kobolds in the room upcoming, like that round room that you guys were in when you first got in here with the fire pit. And then there are
Brown
2
cow?
ogres, yeah, with the brown cow that is no longer there. But then there are 2 ogres that are stationed outside of the gladiatorial arena. So 2.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Hmm.
Oh, what else was in that room with Brown Cow? Was there any hay in there by any chance?
I mean, the cow had to eat something before they
Yeah.
butchered it. Which they didn't end up doing. You guys managed to save the cow on your way out, as I recall, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, Brown Cow was definitely rescued.
Hmm.
Why don't we try to, like, maybe we can get up ahead and, just, like, light that hay ablaze or something. Smoke them out.
We certainly could.
What do you,
The only problem is then we would also be smoked out because we are in fact in a cave.
Right.
Hmm. So do we think we will
I'm out
be
of
stealthy about this?
I can help.
Well, my thought was we could also just scream about how much food we have, just an obscene amount, and the ogres will come running.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could do that and then hide.
Yes. Lay an ambush for the ambushers.
Oh, I was thinking we just sneak by them.
I suppose that too.
Yeah, I mean, if there's people about to be sacrificed, I'd like to, whatever gets us there quickest. Sneaking by sounds good.
I've always got the ability to conjure darkness. And wait for their footfalls to go by.
Yeah, but the darkness will mark kind of the spot anyway.
It's
yes.
really dark. Like,
Unga, don't you have something to make
magically
us
dark.
stealthier?
Yes, that's what I said. I can help.
all right,
Ah.
let's try to stealth as much as we can.
So,
Alright, so...
do you want to scream and then I will talk to the spirits and ask them to hide us?
Sure.
So I'm pretty persuasive. Would you like me to call out to the critters up above?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, they're looking for treasure and food, yes? What would we...
Yes.
So, Sin will, lock eyes with all of his siblings, get into position, make sure Unga is ready with his magic. And I'll say, "Oh my, look at all of this food and treasure. Whatever shall we do with all of this food and treasure?"
A persuasion
we are
with
we certainly
advantage because
cannot
you know how much
carry
they want it.
So that is going to be an 18.
Did you make that roll with advantage?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you hear like big, heavy footsteps coming, and like kobolds with their like little ears perked. The ogres get into that round room where the kobolds usually are, and the kobolds haven't like come down the tunnel yet because they're a little smarter than the ogres, a little bit more suspicious. You know, the ogres are like going through and they're like chattering at each other really quickly. Just like you guys shouldn't go down there. Like we go down there first, and like kind of arguing amongst themselves about who's going to like go check this out. And then the ogres are like, you guys were too cowardly to go in the first place. Like, why should we let you go now if you waited for us to get here? And they're like spatting at each other. What do you do?
They're all like sort of distracted, like arguing with each other.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This is where we're supposed to, try to slink on by them, right?
yeah.
So
Presuming Unga has asked for aid.
I will cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay. So what specifically does that do?
Everyone gets a +10 to their stealth check.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because Louvel's definitely gonna need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of, what is it as described? It's sort of just like the shadows seem darker around you and stuff.
Yeah, and we also don't leave tracks. So,
Oh yeah, that's right.
so
As the-
Sheldon
we
has
pass by without leaving any kind
Sheldon has a 25 to stealth, and Unga has a 20.
You guys are good?
26.
of.
Good.
22.
Mm-hmm.
29?
Good. And the lowest member of your party is clocking in at a 17, Louvel, but like thanks to Unga, that's high enough, so you guys do manage to get past this cluster of kobolds and ogres.
I didn't think we were gonna make that.
Well done.
So,
Right.
where do you think the dragon is?
I don't know, but if people, I mean, you said like knives poised above them and chanting.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long does that spell last?
An hour.
I mean, that check's going to get us into the room with the
It will.
prisoners, and hopefully be able to give us, sight of the room and, the drop on whoever's there.
So it does. You guys do get in there, and like sort of like where the crowd would have been up there up top is kind of enshrouded. Like it's dark up there. You can't really see anyone who might be sitting in the stands, but
Hey,
you
wait,
do.
real quick, so that was taking place in the place where people fight to the death?
Yes.
All right.
Like in the arena itself.
Okay,
And
got it.
yeah, the Dragonborn are like all poised to do these sacrifices, and it's like a human on each table, 7 of them. They have fixed the circle by the time you get there, and like one of them grumbles something about a damn bat.
Can I do a thing?
What thing?
I want to charge into the middle of the circle and cast Earth Tremor.
And like donk it up again.
Yep.
How many Dragonborn are there?
7.
Just like us.
On the way to this room, I have Sheldon drink the potion.
Okay.
I will as
Good
well.
plan. Good plan. Good plan. All right. So you guys are now both fireproofed. Well, fire resisted anyway.
Is there any, and this is just really quickly looking around the room from a pretty unskilled person, is there any, like, big representations of other constellations or ours anywhere? Like, has that worked in any of this?
Well, if you look straight up, you can definitely see the constellation Xiphos represented on the ceiling.
Crap, that's probably not good.
And, Prudence, you do. You charge into the middle of that circle. You cast Tremor. Like, the entire thing is donked up. The Dragonborn, like, pause what they're doing to look back at you, and before they can do anything, you hear a slow clapping from the stands as a woman in, like, this long sheath of a black dress, like, comes into view, like, just into the light. And her hair is, like, ruby red, like about down to her elbows, and she has just got like the bitchiest smirk on her face, and she's like, I was wondering when you would show up.
As was I, for you.
And here we are.
Indeed.
And she leans on like the low wall there, and she's like, I think we might have some things to discuss. Or not.
I prefer to have discussions without an audience. And she kind of looks to all of the Dragonborn. I feel like my brothers would agree, yes? And she kind of is inviting you guys into the conversation.
Yeah.
Sister, do you know her?
Oh, no. I just know her type.
Oh.
She's old news.
Am I now?
For mine.
So, we're going to have a discussion? And Unga raises an eyebrow.
Well, either she's going to dismiss these Dragonborn or we will.
No, why would I do that? That would leave me vastly outnumbered.
And she's just kind of like purposely like letting the silence hold for a minute. Just to like, you know, that playing chicken socially.
Yeah. Using your silence.
Exactly.
Well, as a representative of
Right.
Luster, I don't know what I'm here to discuss the unconditional surrender of Kyrsis. If that's
Right.
you, or
What is the room that we're standing in? Like, what is the layout? Because
All right.
this has been, by my estimation, about 2 rounds worth of, conversation and spell casting. So, Sin could easily slip off to the side, where darkness wouldn't necessarily go supremely noticed, and cast a darkness spell.
Absolutely. All right, so the situation of the room, you're in an arena. So, it's probably about, 60 feet by 45. And then up on the stands, there's, probably, a 30-foot mezzanine all the way around. And the woman in the black dress is up on the mezzanine. And then you've got the 7 Dragonborn in a circle that's about 20-foot diameter in the middle of this arena.
Is there somewhere in the stands that is already somewhat poorly lit?
The stands are entirely poorly lit, the entire upper mezzanine.
Sin will slink away from the group so that he's not in any kind of area effect, but where he can see the whole battlefield and cast eyes.
Okay. So you are now in the darkness. Unga, what are you doing?
How far away are the Dragonborn? How close were we able to get?
So, the circle is in the middle of the arena. It's about a 20-foot diameter, and the thing is about 60 feet, so there would be 10 feet on either side of the circle, so the nearest one to you when you come in is seriously only 10 feet away.
Okay. I will hop down and try and lop off its head after casting Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Well, at which point I am going to okay, I'm gonna let you get that attack in first, and then I'm going to need initiative after that.
All right. So I will make the attack. That's a 25.
Okay, you hit.
And a 24. So.
All right.
So that's going to be 9, 21, 31 points of damage.
Yeah, you absolutely just behead this guy. He goes down, blood sinks into the sand.
Yeah, so as I kind of hop down in front of him, as I cast the Hunter's Mark, the shadows all go away and we're all kind of revealed. And I just coming out of that into a full on figure 8 with the axe at its neck. And I guess we're done having a conversation. And I get a 5 for initiative.
All right. that would be Unga / Sheldon. Okay. Prue, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. Vent.
8.
8. Galason.
19.
Okay, I just need to very quickly slot the Dragonborn in here because I was dumb and didn't pre-roll that.
If that's the worst thing that happens tonight, we're doing great.
Oh yeah, surely. It's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Come on, baby.
5. And then I only need to do 6 of them because Unga already killed one. Okay, so we have got Prudence up first.
Okay, lady needs to make a dex save. Versus a 14.
Okay. Here we go. Oh. Gotcha. She passes.
Okay, so fairy fire does not work on her. I don't know if there's anybody else in her area because you said it's pretty dark.
Yeah, it's pretty dark up there. I mean, like Galason is up there too, but like what's the range on the fairy fire?
It is
90
20-foot cube.
That's area. It has a range too.
Oh, that's area. Sorry, the
Okay.
range is 60 feet.
Yes, okay. So give me just a moment. Here we go. So there are 3 more Urds up there that do not pass and are highlighted in your fairy fire
Oh, okay. So
that you are now aware of that you were not previously aware of.
okay, cool. So not totally wasted. Sweet. And then I would like to take to the air.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So at which point it becomes initiative count 20. And I am going to need everybody on the ground to give me a dexterity saving throw as the arena shakes.
Is that including me, or because I'm in the stands, I'm okay?
You're in the stands, you're fine.
Would you say Dex?
Yes, I said dex. Because I imagine that Galason went up on the other side away from the woman.
Yes. Not going to go closer to the thing that could rip me in half.
I mean, that's a fair question considering Galason's track record for going closer to women. So
Yes, it is a fair point, but given what the DM knows right now,
Yeah.
And then he gets caught in the fairy fire. Everybody's hiding in the shade. Like, looks like Otho from Beetlejuice.
Alright, so it's DC 15. Did anybody fail?
Nope.
Yes.
19.
Got a 9.
Okay, so Unga, you're knocked prone. That's the only bad thing that happens to you there. Galason, you are up.
all right. So I'm going to assume that the Dragonborn that are there are red Dragonborn.
Yes.
All right. So original plan needs to go scratch. Really should have adjusted some of these fire spells out of my option.
Let's see. Yeah, Fireball, Scorching Ray, Fireball.
Well, Scorching Ray primarily. I don't have Fireball.
The Scorcher.
So what I am going to do is I am going to twin Ray of Frost at 2 of the Dragonborn.
Okay.
That is going to be 21 to hit first one.
Mhm.
And natural 20 on the second.
All right.
Ooh.
What's your damage?
So the crit is going to be 27.
All right, that one goes down. Again, blood soaking into the sand.
And the other one is 9.
Okay, so that one is hit and like gets like this hoarfrost across the leather that she's wearing, but does not go down. And she's kind of looking around to see if she can see you. Gives that up fairly quickly, and then like chucks her spear at Vent. And an 8 is not going to hit your AC, I'm pretty sure. So
8?
yeah.
Yeah, no. 15 is what I boast.
All right, yeah, no, Venta does not get hit, but quickly after that spear is chucked, Lubel's sword comes down on the Dragonborn, and that one does finally go down, soaking the sand in blood. So
I like
there
all that
are
soaking the sand and blood talk.
there's 4 more of them.
Yeah.
And so like 2 of them leave the altars that they're working on to approach again Vent, because you're the
Sure.
biggest one.
Sure.
You know,
sure. Yeah.
and they're like kind of stabbing at you with their spears. With an 11 and a 17. This one actually hits you.
Can I use my reaction to cast shield on him?
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so,
a thing that you can absolutely do.
So I swing the staff upward, and following that motion, this wall of blue and purple and pink light guards you from the hit.
Nice.
So it like cracks off of that and doesn't actually go through, and then Vent is up.
So yeah, right after that happens, and this thing's rebuked by that. How many Dragonborn? There's 2 right there, and then there was just 2 other ones in the room.
Yep, there's 4 total. And
I'm
then
just good. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there's 4 total like Dragonborn on the ground. There are 3 Urds in the air, and then there's the woman in the black dress, who is Kyrsis, as you guys have probably guessed. But go on.
All right, so I'm going to look down at this Dragonborn, or eye to eye. They're pretty big too. I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage and just sort of nod and be like, yeah. And just sort of like try to scare him and get him to run off. Like, yeah, you're gonna die here if you just, they just went down.
Okay, so what would they be rolling against your intimidation? Like
Let's see.
insight?
I don't know. I guess you would. It's up to you.
Okay.
But, I rolled a 14.
Okay, you actually seem to have spooked one of them pretty badly, and he's gonna break and run, but the other one just sort of like growls right back at you.
Okay. I don't know if that would use my action or anything, but if I still had an action, I would do something. But if not, then that's cool too.
Yeah, you still have an action. Go
Oh.
for it.
And I've been like, all right, and I'll just swing tail at this Dragonborn. And that is a 16 to hit.
You hit.
All right. And it's going to be, oh, geez, double 1. So, okay, so it's 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And there would also be 3 points of fire damage in case he's resistance to fire.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's it. I'll just
All right. Okay, so like Myth darts in, like kind of jabs at one of the Dragonborn with a dagger. That Dragonborn proceeds to act like they don't even notice and just turns around and drives their sacrificial dagger into the body of the sacrifice on the altar.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah. The people.
So blood spills over the altar and into the sand, and one of the Urds comes floating on through to attempt to drop a rock on Unga for an 8. The second one will be aiming at Prudence. Does a 17 hit you?
17 does hit me.
Okay. Is there a butt there?
I do have my. Oh wait, I don't have my.
You
reaction.
already used your reaction. Okay.
Yeah, I used my reaction, so I can't stop it.
So you will take 5 bludgeoning damage, and then
Ow.
there's another dragonborn up here who's gonna stab at Unga. For a 9, like a total of 9, and then Unga's up.
Okay, well, one good stab deserves another, so. That's
for sure.
21 to hit.
You hit.
And a 17 to hit.
You hit.
Alright, and that's going to be let's see, that's 21, 27 points of damage.
Okay, you have beheaded another one of the Dragonborn, and the blood once again soaks into the sand. At which point, Kyrsis stands up a little straighter on top of the mezzanine up there, and hold on, that is definitely not where I was trying to go with that. Oh no, I lost my page.
Oh no. Well, Unga has a really big smile on his face because he really likes killing Dragonborn, because Dragonborn are evil slavers.
There we go. So she shimmers, and this dragon is not maybe as big as you were imagining that as you were imagining that the dreaded dragon of the mountain was going to be. She's only large, but she's kind of leaning over the mezzanine there, and proceeds to lift into the air and strafe and breathe fire over the area where you guys are standing. And I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from everyone who is not Galatian.
I look up, and just before the fire engulfs me, I thought she was going to be bigger.
I told you it's not going to be so bad. Now brace yourself.
I've got a 24 to save.
All right, you pass.
18.
Yes, that
18.
also passes. That
18.
passes. Okay, so I believe how that works is you're halved because you're all resistant at the moment, and then that would half down again because you passed your save, yes?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. I was wondering, but I wasn't sure about that myself.
Okay, so that's gonna go down to 15 fire damage because it would have been 60 otherwise.
Wow. Whew. We're hurting now.
And then we are back up to Prudence.
Okay, so I am not happy with her. So I think I will fly at her with all my might and whack her with the Staff of Xiphos.
Do it.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Watch me roll really badly. Okay, not terrible. So 21.
That hits.
Okay. So I would like to use the charge in it to deal an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I will also send my other d6 radiant damage into her from my star ability.
Okay.
For a total of 3 extra d6 plus the d8.
All right.
And then my dexterity modifier as well. Oh, I didn't roll great. So that's 10 plus 2, 12.
Okay. So she's hit. She's hit, and it's clear that it's harder than she expected to be hit by you just now.
Yeah.
Okay. Considering I rolled very low on all those dice, yes.
Flurry
Are you
blows,
having an
blows.
aerial battle?
I think so. If not, I'm just diving down on her.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
And then
so
I would like to use my bonus action to
Yes.
whack her again.
Okay.
Because I can do that as a monk.
Monk shit.
Monk stuff.
That is 22 to hit.
That hits.
And that is, oh man, I love these dice. I can just click buttons. 4 more damage.
Okay.
So just kind of kick her in the chest or something.
All right. So Then we hit initiative count 20, and Unga and Sheldon, I am going to need dex throws from you.
All right. I left Sheldon up in the stands, like back.
Okay, so just Unga then.
All right. That's a 21.
You pass.
You coward! No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so you are going to take 6 fire damage as magma erupts from like a point on the ground that's like almost right underneath your feet.
Hot.
But you manage to get out of the way before you take like too much damage from that, and you just get the soles of your feet a little scorched, and then Galason is up.
So is that 6 damage after the resistance or before the resistance?
It's after the resistance.
All right. So how far away is this dragon flying from me?
Okay, so you are probably about 50 feet from her right now.
And how many of these dragonborn are still on the ground?
2.
2. And are any of them poised over the sacrificial corpse?
No, they're all in combat.
All right. Well, I am going to... I'm going to launch a magic missile at the dragon.
Okay.
Quicken a ray of frost at her.
Okay.
So the ray of frost, that is a 25 to hit.
You hit.
The important thing is her speed is reduced by 10 feet, but she takes 12 cold damage.
Okay.
And then we roll the magic missile. That is 5. And that is just a piddly 10. What it's worse.
Okay. So, all right, cool. At that point, Luvel's gonna axe another dragonborn into the sand, and once again, the blood just sort of like seeps into it, and like those of you on the ground that are inclined to feel magic can sort of feel something building there at this point. And Vent, you're up.
So Kyrsis is flying above us, and Prudence is as well, right?
Yes, Kyrsis is flying above you, so is Prudence, and so are 2 Urds that were hit with the fairy fire earlier.
I am going to throw one of my javelins recklessly at Kyrsis and attempt to sort of like send my star energy through it as well.
Okay.
If I can. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what he's thinking. And so I'm there. And it is, ooh, pretty good. 25.
That hits.
All right. That is 10 piercing and 2 radiant.
Hey.
And then I think I have an extra attack, right? Do I have extra attack now? Yeah. So just quick as could be, just gonna like throw his other one out. I only had 2 left, so let's hear it. Crit.
Woo!
It is not too big, but it's 15 piercing.
Okay.
Like throw him out at her.
Yeah, so it like sticks in her flank, you know, and she's still flying and everything, but like that one looked like it smarted.
And then that's it. I guess I'm just gonna. Well, let's see. Who's on the ground? It's just Unga down there with me, like in the arena floor, right?
Unga and Myth.
Oh, and Myth.
And Luvel. Luvel's down here too.
Oh.
But
I'm going to try to start making my way to where I could maybe like, if this is possible, like get up to the stand and maybe like jump off and like hit her in the air or something like
yeah,
that.
there's
Just start
stairs. You
moving
can
toward-
absolutely get up
Okay,
there.
yeah, that's
like,
what I thought.
okay, so that's your movement then.
Yep.
And Myth is gonna jab with her dagger at the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn is, seeing Vent go by and like kind of focused on Unga at the moment. It's gonna go ahead and make a jab with that
Sure.
spear. No, at Unga.
Oh.
But for 7, so like that, it definitely doesn't hit you.
Armor's
Right.
incredible.
It's all that bad karma. That's why you can't hit Dragonborn.
All right. So the Urds notice Vent trying to go up to the mezzanine and are gonna drop
Sure.
rocks.
Can I use shield again?
You're not gonna need to.
Oh, okay.
Their rolls were respectively a 3 and a 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Unga's up.
All right, so there's like 2 more Dragonborn down here.
There is one more Dragonborn down here.
All right, I will endeavor to lessen that number. So a 19 to hit and a 21 to hit.
You hit.
All right, that's gonna be a 7 and a 11. That's 18 plus. It's 25 total.
Okay. So that Dragonborn goes down, and once again, like the 7th death is consecrated into the sand, and you guys can like just feel the thrum of energy beneath you in this room. But like, you know, there's something happening, but it's just not quite there yet.
Anybody
Even though
else
the-
feel that? What is
Even though the
that?
circle was disrupted?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I was aware of that.
That just kept things contained and controlled, Ted.
Kyrsis is then going to proceed to strafe down and attempt to bite and claw at Vent.
Okay.
So that bite is for 12 and definitely won't
Oh,
hit. Let's see
yeah.
about the claws. So 25
That-
and 12 again. This die is going in timeout.
So the second one hit the
Yes.
wow.
Did that
Now can I do the swing?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I will do the swing.
Okay, cool. So, no, you're not hit by that one either because of the quick thinking of Prudence. But I'm still gonna put this die in
Do I
timeout.
know
and
that's
switch
why
out for a
that's
different-
happening? Maybe I just feel like that's my destiny. Like I can't even be killed, you guys. Some magical force protecting me.
did the dragon fly further away or did it fly closer?
Closer because the stairs were on the side that you were.
Oh, I'm drawing a ray. I'm drawing a ray to you, Sin.
All right,
That's right, right?
we are back up to Prudence.
Okay, so I will fly towards Vent and say, "How about a touch of destiny, brother?" And I touch him on the back and breathe in. And as I breathe out, his fire just as I cast jump on him.
Ooh. Thank you.
And then I will use my bonus action Balm of the Summer Court to heal. All of us took damage. Who took?
I'm not that bad. I mean, if you
Um,
get it going around, but yeah, I'm
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use Balm of the Summer Court on myself
You're like,
because I'm 20 down right now.
yeah, they're fine.
So yes, I will use Balm of the Summer Court on myself to heal. Okay, 11. I can go about that. Wait, 11 plus. Do I add my Wisdom mod? Let me see. Maybe. Oh no, I also get 2 temporary hit points is what it is. So I got that and 2 temporary hit points. My Balm of the Summer Court is now gone, but I am back up by 11. And I also have 2 temporary hit points.
Hey,
And then that will be my turn. I'll move away from him. So I'm back in the air.
all right. So then we are back to initiative count 20.
What's gonna happen?
Gonna need Unga to make that dex save for me again.
All right. It's a 15.
Okay, and you pass. And once again, only take 6 damage. And, Galason, you're up.
So you don't necessarily see the shadows coalesce, but it form comes charging out of the darkness as the Hound of Ill Omen springs into the air towards the dragon.
Rad.
And wisps of black energy follow in its wake. The dragon can make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Hey. Okay, so is a 12 gonna pass?
It is not.
Then I'm not even gonna bother rolling the second one.
So as this black spiraling energy begins to wrap around the dragon, it constricts, and you see the dragon shrinking by a size category as I cast Reduce.
Oh,
Yes.
no. Alright, what does that do mechanically?
Any physical attacks that they make are going to be added minus D4.
Okay.
Is that
Alright,
the
so
hit or
this
damage?
dragon is now medium-sized.
To damage.
Hmm.
Are we feeling a bit small? So the target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced by 1/8 of normal. The reduction in size decreased by one category. The target has disadvantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapons also shrink to match its new size. While these weapons are reduced, the target's attacks with them deal 1d4 less damage. This can't reduce the damage below 1.
Okay.
Do it again! Do it again! We'll catch her in a sack.
Oh my god.
The dog is just nipping at it.
And I will absolutely issue a mocking laugh as I, say, are we feeling a bit small?
Oh, good job, Galayson. You've got her full attention now. Louvel is going to turn their attention to freeing the chained people at this juncture, and then Vent is up.
All right, I am sort of just confronted by this shrunk dragon, and I say, I was going to ask you, what do you know about this sword and Xiphos, but seeing you like this, I'm just going to do what my dad taught me to do when there was little pests around the lair, and I'm going to swing tail around real dramatically and just jump off and try to smash it in the head.
All right.
Ooh, that's not 25.
You hit.
13 bludgeoning and 3 fire if it does anything. Oh, and I have 2 attacks, but I imagine I leapt off, and so.
But you would still get your attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's some sort of dramatic dragon-esque move. Oh, that one's not reckless. Sorry. Extra 20!
Again?
Ooh!
It's that Sean McGovern method of charging it up with power. Positive.
Hey.
God, I must have gotten all your negative energy because I cannot roll for crap tonight.
Yeah, just toss it like this a couple times and charge it.
Okay. Are you sure that you want to tell me that? Because
Yeah, it's passing
I will.
the wisdom that I've accrued playing D&D. Let's see. 28.
yeah, that hits.
My biggest hitter. And then I just sort of superhero land in the arena floor.
All right, how much damage?
That was the damage, 28.
Oh, 28 was the damage. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It was 21 to hit. Okay.
Yeah, which for sure hits. Okay, so,
Oh, 26.
yeah, she is definitely bloodied from all
Ooh.
that. Myth will aid in freeing the prisoners. Then we have the Urds with their ineffectual rocks that they are attempting to pelt Vent with. Okay, so tossing the die worked because I got a nat 20.
See?
No.
And then the other one got a nat 1, so it evens out, I suppose.
Cosmic
The
balance.
scales are balanced.
Power score taketh and power score taketh.
That's going to be 11 bludgeoning damage, though,
Sure.
between the Urds, and then Unga's up.
I will drop the axe, draw my bow, and I will attack an Erd.
Okay.
Bonus action. I don't think it's gonna matter, but bonus action to move my mark. So a 21 to hit with the bow.
Yeah, you hit.
All right. Roll. we don't do nearly as much damage, but fortunately they're birds. So that's 10 points of piercing damage. As an
Yeah,
arrow
you kill
flies.
it. It just like falls like right out of the sky.
And the second arrow, this one will not be able to Hunter's Mark. So
It doesn't matter. You have advantage anyway because of the fairy fire.
yeah, so that's going to be 9 points of damage.
And you have just taken out both of them. They just like both go spiraling.
Whoo, yeah.
You know, Kyrsis.
More blood for the floor.
Oh no.
More blood for the floor. More blood for the floor. Kyrsis proceeds to turn her fiery gaze on Galason, like opens her maw and then just like fucking like breathes forth fire upon you, and I'm gonna need a dex throw.
Okay. So she's just breathing into the darkness, correct?
Yeah.
That's not going to be all that great, so it's certainly a problem. So, Dex, okay, it's only a 3, so I did not get above a 10.
Okay, so you're gonna take you are resistant to fire though because you took the potion, so you're gonna take 30 fire damage.
Okay,
Ow!
that's a big owie.
But then Prudence is up. I mean, you did want her attention. I don't.
That's true.
That is
I know,
fine.
I'm teasing.
Oh no! Did you maintain the concentration?
Oh, crap. That's probably
What is that? A 15 or what is it? Half?
half the damage done.
Yeah.
What is that?
You know how I like to remind you of the detrimental party effects.
That is a 16 on the die. So
Hey.
Good, you're good.
Oh,
You
nice.
did maintain concentration in spite of the fact that you just got a face full of fire. Prudence.
Okay, I will fly down and do the same thing to Unga, and I whisper, "This is the last of my spells, but I trust you." And touch him, and his eyes go black, and he just kind of looks a little beefier, and you can now jump also.
Ooh.
Right. Jump Rose.
Hey.
And
Got
then I'll
mad
fly
hops.
back into the air, and just shout for Myth and Louvel to keep doing what they're doing.
They will definitely do that. Okay, so yeah. Galason, I'm gonna need another dex throw from you.
okay. 25.
Alright, you pass. You pass.
What was coming after me?
Oh, they just the geyser.
Oh, okay.
But it's let's see, which halves down to 15, which then again halves down to 7, 6,
7, you ran
7.
down.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
7.
7 fire damage.
Okay, I'm at 1.
Oh,
Let me make my
and you're up.
save. So it's a 23 on my con save.
Okay,
All
you're
right.
good.
So I actually forgot last round to attack with my direwolf, but that's on me, not on you.
Mhm.
So I've, to save time, I've pre-rolled. It's a 21 to
Excellent.
hit the dragon.
You hit. Yep.
That's 12 points of force damage.
All right.
I cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
That is 10 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And then I quicken a 3rd level magic missile
Mhm.
for 15 points of force damage.
Okay.
Whoo.
But I am going to be on the ground because I am running out of sorcery points and spell slots, and most importantly, hit points.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah,
plenty
yeah.
left.
Louvel continues to free sacrifices and Vint is up.
Okay, so I was quickly calculating. My high jump is like 22 feet or something like that right now with that spell. So I'm just gonna try and continue mimicking the graceful movements of my brass dragon guardian's tail.
All right, she's flapping low enough that you can easily reach that.
Okay, I'll hit her on the way down. Yeah, I'll do my first attack on the way up, and the second one on the way down. First
I love
one-
it.
First one's reckless. For 26.
Ooh.
That's
As a
Look.
reminder, Megan, when I
Yes.
cast the reduce, the darkness went away.
Okay.
That's 11 bludgeoning, and second one on the way down missed. Didn't. It was like what 12 damage. And that's
Oh,
it.
so wait, the second one was 12 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that didn't hit. All right, cool. Unga, you're up.
All right. I will move my mark and take up the axe, running leap. And
Your
I'm going
jump's
to.
probably higher than mine, even if it's based on your strength.
Yeah. I think my strength's a little. I have an 18.
Yeah, mine's only 16.
All right. So that's only a 13 to hit the dragon.
No, that doesn't hit.
I think so, but my second attack is a 21.
That does hit.
I want to expend my the radiant thing as well.
Okay,
That's a D6, correct?
that is a d6.
All right, good, because I did not roll very good on the damage. I only did 11 points of damage as I slash at the dragon.
All right. She is looking pretty worse for wear at this point.
Ha! You're gonna wish we found someone had done that again, so we could put you in a sack instead.
All right, she's gonna round on Unga and do the claw bite combination therein. And she's gonna miss with that bite attack. Yes.
I was gonna ask, can I do the Schwip again? Even if she missed, I'm still wanting to be protected.
Do you have the
This
Charges
is
for
my
that?
4th charge.
Okay, then yes.
This is my 4th out of 7. So
Okay,
we're getting there, but
yeah, you're good. Because I wasn't paying attention to like how many times she'd done that, but like one of the
Yep.
claw attacks would have been a 17. Unga, would that have hit you?
No.
Oh, okay, well.
Unga is
No,
fairly
the
armored.
other one is 29.
That's gonna hit even with a shield spell.
Yeah.
That would have hit with 2 shield spells.
oh no, it just shatters through the shield,
It does.
and she's mad.
Hit her sister mid.
I mean, at least she's reduced.
That's gonna be 14 slashing damage.
Is that with the D4 reduction?
Oh, no, hold on. And that's gonna be 10 slashing damage.
Woo!
Prudence, you're up.
All right. So I am really hurting a lot.
Really?
Like I have no more spell slots. I don't have a lot of my special features. So I am going to whack her with the Staff of Xiphos.
Okay.
Expend my 5th charge if I can hit her.
Okay.
Natural 20. Yes.
Woohoo.
Okay. All right.
That's gonna hurt.
So, does that max the special radiant dice too and roll again or no?
With yes.
Okay, so that is a base of 14, and then we roll again. So 14 plus another 8, 22 plus 2, so 24 damage total.
Okay, so you bring this staff down on her, and the light like just reverberates off of it and like through the body of this dragon, who then proceeds to like drop to the floor and add her blood to the sand.
Oh, you.
Oh, is she
magnificent
dead?
bastard.
Oh, she's dead. And
Okay.
as she sort of like fades into the sand, it's like she's crumbling, like she's just, ceasing to be, and the circle underneath the sand starts to glow so that you can like see it start to radiate around where they were casting this sacrifice from, and a portal begins to open, and that's where I'm gonna leave you this week.
Oh my
Magnificent
gosh!
bastard.
Ah!
Oh man, so satisfying, and then
Oh
it's
man!
tense and cliffhanger right after it.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Very cool.
man.
That
Talk
was
about intense. That was more intense than a circus.
epic.
Next week.
Oh my god, that's a good one. I never heard that.
Next week,
More
Zyphos comes to claim the staff / sword.
Hey, I will.
Easy come, easy go. Hey, I want to thank everyone for watching and thank all the players for playing. And especially thank Megan for running. It's always a blast. We love Megan's world and world building. So with that, until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Nerdy.